Hello and welcome to Galaxy Television News. The headlines. Osunbajo Jonathan eulogized late elder statesman. Outside Nigeria, United Nations, United States, G20 split over climate policy. Thanks for joining us. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. We'll begin in Osun State, where there was conducted by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) held on Saturday. The simultaneous accreditation and voting exercise scheduled for 8 a.m. started on time, while the restriction of movement by the security agencies was in full force. Correspondent Kunle Ojo has details.
Oh, beautiful. So, you are impressed with what is happening?
This is how the simultaneous accreditation and voting in the Osun West senatorial election held in 10 local government areas. Lockdown from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. was fully in force, but this did not prevent the voters to find their ways to the various polling units in the town. Roadblocks were mounted across various entry points into most of the council and other security outfits. There was a massive turnout of voters in all the polling units in Ede, Bongon, Ejigbo, Iwo, Irewole, Ayedade, Ife-Odon, and other local exercise, and confirmed that all the men and materials deployed by the electoral umpire worked perfectly.
I understand today's election is very impressive. Sure, I'm satisfied with all the materials.
And in this world, in fact, it's a very perfect one because everything is going on.
I'm not so satisfied with the card reader because the card reader has been rejecting the finger of some of the voters.
It's okay. There's no violence. Everything is going smoothly. Yes, they perform to our
expected, and we hope it will continue like this.
Also, the key contestants in the election, Ademola Adeleke and Mudashiru Hussein, in separate interviews with newsmen in Ede and Ejigbo, confirmed that the election was peaceful, as well as the neutrality of the Electoral Commission.
This election, by the grace of God, is going to be very peaceful. I want to show you my card. I voted. The process is going on very well. As you can see, everybody is peaceful, no fighting and everything. And I believe that at the end of the day.
And happiness to see that the people's determination is counted.
According to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), 11 political parties participated in the by-election, which was described as
High School in Iwo, the Collation Center, aftermath the Osun West by-election, which held in the early hours of Saturday in 10 local council areas of the senatorial district. The election, which was necessitated by the sudden demise of Senator Isiaka Adeleke, who monitored the by-election at Ede and Ejigbo, homes to candidates of the PDP and APC respectively, reports that the voting exercise, which enjoyed a massive turnout of electorates, started early in the polling units visited. Kunle Ojo joins us live now from the Collation Center. From the Collation Center.
Thank you, Nifemi. Thank you for having me at this time. Earlier on, I informed you that we are the Baptist High School in Iwo, and I can still confirm to you that we are still at the Collation Center at the Baptist High School, in Iwo rather. What we had earlier on was the announcement of the election held in Iwo local government, and at the end of the day, the result of the election held in Ede was announced, and according to the findings given to us, the results released to us by the coalition officers in Ede, the People's Democratic Party, the rerun election was held earlier today. We have the result of one of the local government, which is in Iwo, and it has been declared won by the People's Democratic Party. What we are waiting for now is the announcement of the senatorial result here. Like I said, what we had earlier on was the announcement of the local government, the result of Iwo local government, the result of the election held in Iwo are already in, which will be announced any moment from now. So we have the result from the local government that are yet to be announced, while that of Iwo has been announced and it has been declared won by the People's Democratic Party.
More to go, and it's winning for PDP in Iwo local.
We earlier on before now we had the terrible situation in our hands here, especially at these collation centers. Some parties members were already in these premises before now, but when the result of EDE came in and to be announced, the security men, they have to take guard, and they were able to kind of send them out of these premises, and the situation nearly caused led to some rancor and here, and there hasn't been any untoward developments. Party agents are conducting themselves as expected, and they are still hoping that things might still turn around as the remaining result will come in.
We have details of the numbers from Iwo, but are there any cancelled votes from that particular local government?
Statistics, but the result declares the margin between the two parties. The margin between the two parties, the two gladiators, the PDP and the APC, is about 200 votes. It's not a wide margin as expected, but at the end of the day, the PDP was declared as the winner in that particular local government, and the party, virtually all the agents of the political party present here, they signed the result sheet for that particular local.
Election will be declared.
As I'm speaking with you, supporters of the political party are still outside, despite the fact that before now there have been heavy rain here. These so-called supporters, they were still outside, they are still waiting. And as I'm reporting live from here, they are still outside waiting eagerly for the announcement of the final result. But with what we've had on our air, on ground air, announcing the result of those 3 local governments, and we are still hoping that the remaining 6 local governments, the result from the remaining 6 local governments will come in on time, so that we will have the result in full on time.
Exactly is happening now, because the high table behind you is empty. Where exactly is the counting taking place?
What we're having now is the announcement of the result. We commence. We equally have the resident electoral commissioner for the election. It's also here. So these are signals that any moment from now they will start. Mounting up to the high table to take their place, and that the formal announcement of the result from the local government will come in. Any moment from, we are hoping that any moment from now, because we had an earlier announcement by the person in charge that those on the high table, and the formal announcement will commence.
For the update this time, Kloje joined us live from Iwo, where elections results have already started coming in from the Osun West by-election that held earlier today. One result in now to Kano State, where the acting president Yemi Osinbajo has described the demise of Nigeria's former ambassador to the United Nations. A condolence visit to the Emir of Kano, Mohammed Sani II, in his palace. Correspondent King Richard has more in this report presented from our studios.
Of Maitama Sule last Tuesday, which is why he had come in person to commiserate with the family, traditional ruler, family home of the late United Nations ambassador, and described him as a bridge builder and a symbol of unity across the African continent.
Say to the people of Canada, we have lost a great citizen of from across the nation in every way, and somebody for whom we all have such tremendous admiration. So all I can say is please accept my condolence.
Professor Shibajo added that he met Maitama for the first time at the age of 15. Masule was an embodiment of humility from whom he learned a lot. While thanking God for a life well spent, he called on others to emulate the good virtues of the late Kano-born politician and diplomat.
I first met Alhaji Maitama Masule when I was 15 years old, on my first interaction with him. And he gave the keynote address. The title of the keynote address was Africa Has Arrived.
Governor of Kano State, who expressed deep appreciation to the Vice President for taking out time to visit the state to commiserate with them during the mourning period, adding that even as oil minister, he lived in a mud house.
Sent a powerful delegation who participated in the prayers and also the burial of late. Was too important for the acting president to be represented.
Late Maitama Masule died at the age of 88 in Egypt last Sunday and has since been buried according to Islamic rite.
Meanwhile, former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan on Saturday in Kano, Dr. Abdullah Ganduje at the State House, the former president says it was a loss of a great son and leader whose influence transcends the shores of Kano and Nigeria.
So we lost a leader, we lost a father, dear to all of us. But he is from the man that advocates good governance and the need for Nigerians.
Personal condolence visit despite his earlier condolence letter. He showered praises on the late Maitama, saying he was a man of the people.
And thank you very much. He was a man, in fact, greater than perception is a kind of man.
Several dignitaries have been pouring into Kano State since Monday to pay condolence to the state government for the loss of Kano's illustrious son, late Maitama Masule. Coming up shortly after this break.
Democracy and the rule of law. In the governance of any polity, the role of the Constitution as the legal framework within which policies and laws are fashioned is enormous. The rule of law encompasses all it takes to uphold, promote, and safeguard the supremacy of the law over any bias of institutions, groups, or individuals. On democracy and the rule of law, judicial, legislative, and even the executive arms of government are brought to the front burner. Join us on Democracy and the Rule of Law on Sunday at 2:30 to 4 p.m. on Galaxy Television. Democracy and the Rule of Law, promoting the rule of law.
Welcome back. For more updates and latest news, log into our website www.galaxytvonline.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel youtube.com/GalaxyTV Nigeria. You can also follow or interact with us via Facebook on facebook.com/GalaxyTV or tweet at us at Galaxy TV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at official Galaxy TV. All our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comment. The federal government and other stakeholders in the public and private sector have been charged to fast-track the reality of energy transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy sources by 2030. The position was part of submissions during an energy governance and transition training held in Abuja, Nigeria's capital. The stakeholders, including civil society groups, climate change and its devastating impacts.
It will surprise you that Nigeria has no renewable energy policy up to now. So Nigeria tends to pay lip service to intention of reducing carbon emissions and commitments to the Paris.
The platform, the templates for cleaning up the entire Niger Delta is suffering from serious lack of government willpower to do anything. Serious lack of government willpower to do anything. Not a single drop of oil has been cleaned. Not
the Minister of Environment says environmental sustainability is a cardinal objectivity of government.
The Federal Ministry of Environment, like I said, has taken a bold step, looking at environmental sustainability as a very key issue. You know, we have in the SDGs, we have introduced environmental education at both junior and senior secondary level.
The theme of the three-day training is energy governance and just transition for Nigeria. Moving away from that story now, support the Supreme Court has expressed concerns over the delay of a swearing-in by Speaker Yakubu Dogara. Recall that Mato was declared the authentic representative of the constituency after the Supreme Court nullified the candidature of Herman Hembe. Speaking to newsmen after plenary off-camera, a representative of a constituent, Marty Morin Aqua, alleged that the NAMDAS faltered the claims, saying the delay was not a result of gender discrimination, but that certain processes had to be fulfilled.
The Court of Appeal, he lost his seat and a woman replaced him. I will have to look at it, but I can tell you that if all the righteousness have been fulfilled, I get sworn in. If not, people can just come from the market and we'll just swear them in anyhow.
The Supreme Court had on June 23 sacked Embe and also ordered him to return all salaries collected so far within 90 days. River State is next now, where Governor Nyesom Wike the living condition of the people, performing the swearing-in of newly appointees at the Government House, Port Harcourt on Saturday. Governor Wike urged them to use their offices to make a positive impact on the state.
Since you have to manage your money now, but I'll monitor you. Later I will tell you what you should also do for security agencies so that they won't give any excuse. But let me congratulate you and know that no matter the amount of money you steal, you will still be a poor man. I have told you. Please, I want to beg you to make sure that wherever you are assigned, take it as a call to duty that must move River State to the next level.
The governor, however, noted that his administration has assured the needed spread in the appointment of permanent secretaries, pointing out that only Tai local government area is without a permanent secretary, which he will appoint in due House of Assembly ended on Friday with a call on the Parliament to work on the existing laws in the state in order to address the challenges associated with unwholesome activities of headsmen. Professor Edoba Omorege of the Faculty of Law, University of Benin, made the call while other participants joined to voice concerns over the bill during its presentation.
Connected during 2016, even though the Bible will say speaks differently. This one says nationalism.
Speaker, Right Honorable Justin Okonobo and his Deputy Honorable Elizabeth Ative in their remarks say the contribution
in our local the government is butchered. That is going to be nitty-gritty of the issue. And public hearing is part of second reading.
The bill, which is before the State House of Assembly, has been subjected to challenges. We'll take another break and we'll be back with more stories. Join us again. In a bid to encourage Nigerians to always exercise and keep fit, Duffield Nigeria Limited, makers of power oil, on Saturday organized a walk tagged National Stadium through Shita to Alaka in Surulere and back to the stadium. Two of the organizers who spoke with Galaxynews on the reason for the exercise said,
"Please take out 30 minutes every day to walk, because your heart really needs that. You need the walk to really energize your body and to pump more blood to your heart. And we know the heart is the most important organ in the body.
So you can have this walk with us. And the way we're having it today, we're also having it in other cities in the next 2 weeks. Next week we'll be having in Enugu and Port Harcourt simultaneously. And the upper week we'll be having it in Abuja and Ibadan.
Walk, stressing on some of its importance to healthy living.
Walking also helps in the management of high blood pressure. Healthy lifestyle, to indulge in walking, it's as effective as even going to the gym.
The event featured musical performance by Sound Sultan, who also participated in the walk. And in the Central Naval Command, Rear Admiral Abubakar Al-Hassan has commissioned a state-of-the-art sports facilities. The facilities, which include a basketball and volleyball courts, according to the Navy commander, would complement the gymnasium and other.
That will also go a long way in ensuring that their health is in perfect condition, because when you exercise, it's surely going to show on your health. So both the physical and mental alertness of our men, the sporting facilities that he has built so far.
On a spot, the outgoing commander
naval service without having the physical strength. So, and before you can have the physical strength, you must exercise yourself very well. And so that is one of the reasons. The second reason is that we have discovered also that there is a very big gap in terms of the synergy and cooperation between the three services and other security agencies.
High point of the occasion was the cut. Your state is next now, where the state government has set up the State Seed Committee to combat the outbreak of armyworms on maize production across the state. The outbreak of the worms, according to investigation, has taken a serious toll on maize production in the state, a situation which has kept all stakeholders in the agricultural sector on their toes. The Commissioner for Agriculture, the government took the step in order to control the spread of the disease.
Compliance with the directive of the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Chief Audu, the State Seed Coordinating Committee, which members cuts across all the agricultural establishments in the state, has been put in place with the primary goal of developing the seed sector. Immediately its attention was brought to the great damage that is being caused by the devastating effects of having one of maize production in Oyo State. Its Excellency expressly gave approval to the immediate check of this infestation.
Naira in the fourth quarter of the year. The chairman, Dr. Murtala Awodun, made the disclosure while briefing journalists in Ilorin, saying the agency has recorded a significant increase in tax compliance.
It was 2.7 billion. So the total generated for the first quarter of 2017 was 6.6 billion. So what that translates to is a significant improvement from
a public commentator, Kamru Taiwo Titolaye, and a resident, Musa Aliyu, challenged the impact of the revenue on Kwara's economy.
Well, if the Kwara state government say she has generated over 6 billion in the last quarter, it has not translated to bringing food on the table of Kwarans. Raising what we call double taxation.
Delta State Police Command over killings and raping of students within the Warri metropolis.
Yeah, when you say increase in Delta, I think you should be talking about maybe the youths as per secondary schools. I just believe that the government need to do something very fast if they have to curb the issue of drug abuse.
And this day, they no longer concentrate on their studies. The activities of courtesan has become their stock in trade. They can't bend down to studies. All the masses.
Other residents called on the Delta State government and the police to engage vigilante groups and intelligence gathering.
Disturbing the area, particularly a place like the primary school, start from the grassroots and enter secondary school, then begin to wipe them away gradually.
Yes, the police, they need to do more of intelligence gathering, not just arrest and detain. More of intelligence gathering, and they need to work hand in hand with the drug enforcement agency. It's not an issue of arrest, detain. They are actually doing is going to damage their future, not just their life alone, not just their future alone, including their life.
In Imo State, 2 buildings under construction have collapsed. The incident occurred at Olako in Owerri North local government and Omogoma due to the inferior materials used by contractors, adding that the state government has ordered the immediate arrest of the contractors and owners for illegal structures.
Thing will happen here. Me, I surprised the thing will happen here. I say, hi, my brother, I don't know what in the for you. Make you come out here. Before they come tell them like that, say, may you come out here. The thing calm down on.
You intend to construct any building, please make sure you secure approval from the development authorities or approval control authorities. And secondly, because of what we see here, this building and this land, we're going to engage equipment. We are bringing in equipment now to check, first of all, whether there are some other casualties, because we learned before we could rush to this place, one of the victims have been rushed to hospital.
Immediately we heard about the incident, we rushed over here yesterday in this incident.
Sport news is next now with me and Akiri.
Your support during a stay at the club. Trust on Saturday completed his €2 million move to Bursaspor after successfully passing a medical. The 23-year-old Super Eagles player, who becomes Paul Le Guen's second signing during the ongoing transfer after Christian Taroko took to his Twitter handle to wish Ghent and their fans well ahead of the new campaign. Trust Ekong made 8 appearances in all competitions for Ghent in 6 months after returning from a 2-year loan deal in Norway. Manchester United have confirmed they've agreed a potential world record £90 million deal with Everton for the transfer of Belgian striker Romelu Lukaku. The transfer would see Everton receive £75 million upfront, with £15 million due in potential add-ons based on the player's performances at United. The potential fee would trump the £89 million they paid last summer to bring Paul Pogba back from Juventus. Lukaku will make the switch from Goodison Park to Old Trafford and join up with former manager Jose Mourinho, who he played for at Chelsea. In a short statement, United confirmed that they've agreed a deal with Everton for the signature of the Belgian. Meanwhile, Wayne Rooney has arrived at Everton's training ground for a medical ahead of his proposed free transfer from Manchester United. Rooney was pictured turning up at Goodison Park in his Land Rover on Saturday afternoon as he prepares to sail and move back to Merseyside. The 31-year-old is set to complete an emotional return to Goodison Park 13 years after leaving for United in a £26.5 million deal. It is understood that Rooney has agreed to a salary reduction which amounts to upwards of £300,000 a week. Finally, in tennis, top seed Angelique Kerber survived a major scam to reach the fourth round of Wimbledon by seeing off American Shelby Rogers. The German, who was runner-up to Serena Williams 12 months ago but has been horribly out of form this year, was a set and a breakdown to the world number 17. Kerber in danger of
Nigeria.
Nations at the G20 summit in Germany have renewed their pledge to implement the Paris deal on climate change, despite the U.S. pulling out. Trump's withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement without undermining the commitment of other countries. The compromise comes after violent protests in the host city. The joint of the other G20 members agreed the accord was irreversible. The statement also said the United States would endeavor to work closely with other countries to help them access and use fossil fuels more cleanly and efficiently. Trump has pledged to help the United States coal industry make a comeback and has previously characterized the officials say. Emergency teams are searching for other 15 people who are missing. Rivers burst their banks, destroying buildings and roads after more than 50 centimeters of rain fell on part of Kyushu, Japan's southernmost island, over a 12-hour period on Wednesday. Rescuers are working through thick mud to try to reach stranded survivors. Hundreds have already been evacuated. The worst hit, the region was expected to see further heavy rain on Saturday. About 12,000 police, military, firefighters and Coast Guard personnel have been taking part in the rescue mission. And finally, on the international scene, so-called Islamic State IS defenses in the Iraqi city of Mosul are collapsing fast, and troops expect to take full control in the next few hours, state television has announced. Only a few meters remain to be taken, a correspondent said. Some Iraqi security forces have been seen dancing in the street, even though commanders have not confirmed that the security forces, Kurdish Peshmerga fighters, Sunni Arab tribesmen and Shia militiamen, supported by the US-led coalition warplanes and military advisors, have been involved in the battle to retake Mosul. The government announced the full liberation of eastern Mosul in January, but the west of the city has presented a more difficult challenge with its narrow, winding street. The United Nations has warned that IS may be holding more than 100,000 people in the city as human shields. Last October, the
sides to please his esteemed fans with the release of the official music video to his record titled Testimony, featuring prolific rapper Fino and TJ.
I have a testimony. Chukwe nyego mu blessing no. Chukwe mego kwa mu de blessing no. Chukwu mere, chukwu wetere, chukwe mego ndi lo mele no the lesson no.
The Beat Freak.
You see my guys, they never have.
Multi-platinum selling producer duo The Beat Freaks present an all-star cast of Sneakbird, Afrobeat, Logo, and Sonar for their visuals to their debut single.
Lately, I seen a couple niggas tryna move shady. Yeah. It's gonna take a lot to let a nigga face me.
It's in the system, all of them free because you see I really miss them. To all my guys, I pray your lines keep ringing. I pray you hear me so I
dies aged 74.
Now let's some tea.
Actress Carrie Lee Scott, who was best known as Grotbags the Witch, has died at the age of 74. She appeared in children's programs in the 1980s and early 90s, including ITV's Road host Emma's World. She was Grotbags, a legend, she said. To me, she was just Auntie Carol. I shall miss her hugely. Rest in peace, Carol. The actress was warmly remembered by comic and performer Rufus Hound, who described her as an icon for folk of my generation. Hall's son, Toby, added his voice to the tributes tweeted, sending our thoughts to the family of fans of the show, flooded Twitter with comments with Gary Dewey writing, Delex, Zelda, Skeletor, nothing terrified me quite like Grotbags' Bravo. Nob added, rest in peace, Grotbags. You made my early years awesome. I was so scared of you. May her soul rest in peace.
Nothing ever go right for me.
And Rab. History doesn't always need to be boring. Star Plus magnum opus drama Rab has brought the most entertaining and visually appealing historical tale for small screen audience. Starring ex-Mr. India actor Rajneesh Dogal and Southern beauty Karthika Nair, the show also boasts of a stellar cast that includes veteran actor Tanuja Mukherjee, yesteryear's superstar amongst others. It has been confirmed that Big Boss fame Sonny Singh has also come on board to play a very bold and sexy role for his finite series. Rab, that projects the story of the Dravidian dynasty that followed the principles of the matriarchal society, will see Sony play Saila, a young queen who faces injustice in her life, leading to her becoming a vicious yet strong person. Sony has played substantial roles in Sandy Leila Bansali's production. Jans Kirani, Tin
And that's our news package for this time. For more updates and latest news, you can log into our website. It's www.galaxytvonline.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GalaxyTV Nigeria. You can also follow or interact with us via Facebook on facebook.com/GalaxyTV or tweet at us at Galaxy TV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Official Galaxy TV. All our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. On behalf of everyone here, I am Nifemi Oguntoye. Thanks for being there.